What happens when a governor's helping hand isn't charity, but a secret debt being paid? And if exposing it costs you your career, do you still step into the light? A sealed envelope slides under a door, marked FY, Bridge Contract. Elise Grant reads it, the governor's smile burns on TV above her desk. A donor's name repeats in the paperwork like a drum in fog. She leaked bids, whispers spread fast as wildfire in a dry town. Security escorts her from procurement, cameras flashing like tiny hammers. Resign quietly, says the chief of staff, or drown in this. Elise looks up and whispers, whose favor is this, really paying? Stay with me until the end, and don't forget to tap like, subscribe, and drop a comment below telling us where you're watching from, because what comes next will test everything we think we know. Elise Grant, state procurement analyst, works inside the gray marble of the Capitol Annex in Cedar Ridge. Her job, verify large infrastructure bids. The governor, Charles Whitford, is unveiling a fast-track bridge rebuild after a winter collapse. A sealed envelope contains internal bid tallies showing Bluestone Infrastructure winning by a margin that looks staged. The note says, cross-check with Heartland Pathways. Elise frowns. Heartland Pathways isn't a vendor, it's a charity. Rumors flare. Anonymous sources claim Elise leaked cost estimates to sink Bluestone and help a rival. She's suspended with pay pending integrity review. Victor Hale, the governor's chief of staff, calls her a risk to public trust. Elise protests. She flagged irregularities, sudden waiver memos, and an addendum that excluded smaller firms. Inside records, she finds Heartland Pathways listed as community engagement consultant, paid millions, without competition. Why is a charity attached to a bridge contract? Elise traces Heartland Pathways board filings. The treasurer's address matches a condo owned by Renee Whitford, the governor's sister. Documents show donor partnership dinners aligning with bid milestones. She reaches investigative journalist Maya Klein, who once embarrassed corrupt sheriffs. Maya wants proof, not hunches. Elise remembers office keycards and log midnight entries. Bluestone lobbyist Ethan Carr signed in twice after hours. The access system shows Victor Hale escorting him directly into procurement's records room. Hale orders Elise's laptop cloned. Legal sends a warning, talk to the press and she'll face prosecution for misuse of confidential financial data. Maya sends a prepaid flip phone, whispers, don't call me, drop. Elise collects printer dust from the records room. Fresh toner specs match a waiver memo that mysteriously appeared. The memo's signature block is autofilled, font mismatched, too clean. A security camera above the copier blinks, but the public feed shows maintenance outage. Elise hunts for the maintenance logs, cornering Noah Briggs, a quiet tech with well-stained hands. He admits the camera wasn't broken. Someone requested a live view only, no recording. That requires authorization from Hale's office. Elise feels the walls tilt. During a closed-door integrity hearing, Hale slides a resignation agreement forward. She stares at the pen, unmoving. From outside the room, knuckles rap, firm, fateful. And then, the knock at the door froze every breath. The door opens. Attorney General Investigator Priya Sandoval enters, cool and precise. She requests access logs for the copier room across a 3-week window. Hale challenges jurisdiction. Sandoval cites fraud statutes. Elise almost smiles. After everyone leaves, Noah slips Elise an audio clip, a low, metallic hum, and Hale's voice saying, keep view only. We will finish tonight. There's another voice, hoarse, careful, Ethan Carr, Bluestone's lobbyist, naming Heartland dinners as make-good meetings. Maya maps money flows. Heartland Pathways receives community impact grants from Bluestone's Family Foundation 3 days after each contract milestone. Heartland pays a boutique consultancy, Greenline Civic, for strategy, which pays a Shell LLC linked to Renee Whitford. Elise compiles a timeline. She highlights a line, emergency procurement exception, community harms. The exception requires independent review, signed by procurement. But the signature belongs to a retired deputy, supposedly deceased 2 months earlier. Elise visits a cemetery in the rain, reading the deputy's name etched in granite. She photographs the headstone, dates aligning. Maya's source confirms a forged digital stamp inside PDF metadata. Back at her apartment, Elise finds a subpoena. State IT wants her cloud backups. She's being boxed in. She copies her findings onto a thumb drive, labels it Bridge, Renee, Heartland, View Only. A car idles outside her building, windshield wipers ticking like a metronome set to dread. Hale calls a press conference. He frames Bluestone as heroes delivering a lifeline bridge. He paints Elise as a malcontent undermining economic recovery. The governor, measured and fatherly, promises full transparency, then pivots. We cannot be distracted by conspiracy theories. Elise watches, jaw tight. Sandoval texts, tomorrow. Come quiet. Elise walks the Capitol tunnels after hours. A door clicks. Ethan Carr steps from the shadows, says softly, "You weren't supposed to see the condo filings." Ethan threatens to leak Elise's private emails, pulled from the corporate kiosk Hale cloned. She pushes back. "The dead deputy signed your memo." "Explain that." He blinks, falters, then whispers, "We were told expedite, save the state time." "Your governor hates complications." Elise records the conversation on the flip phone. Ethan finally says it, "Heartland's just the basket." Everyone puts fruit in. Favors out. He leaves fast, fear hanging behind him like exhaust. Sandoval convenes a sealed session with a judge. Elise testifies under oath, laying out the shell payments and forged review. She plays Ethan's line, "Heartland's just the basket." The judge grants warrants for Hale's devices and the server hosting view-only feeds. IT produces an unpublicized storage node, shadow recordings. One shows Hale guiding Ethan into procurement at 12:37 a.m., waiver memo in hand. Ethan's lips red. Renee will be grateful. The rule he cast on her was now aimed squarely at him. Maya prepares a segment, Governor's Hidden Favor. She confirms Renee Whitford's condo as the treasurer's address and overlays donor timelines with Bluestone wins. Elise, newly brave, broadcasts a protected disclosure to the full Legislative Oversight Committee. Sandoval's team raids Greenline Civic. They seize ledgers cross-referencing HP with CW office. Hale calls Elise at dawn. "You don't understand policy." She answers, "I understand theft dressed as policy." He hangs up, finally rattled. Server dumps reveal more. A guest wireless network named HP Friends Autologs prioritized MAC addresses, Renee's phone among them. A ghost folder, community_impact_pledges, tracks pledges against deliverables like zoning waivers and shortlist slots. Elise overlays how community engagement invoices spike before decision meetings. Maya's editor tapes a teaser, slow heartbeat, bridge steel groaning, stamp studding paid. Elise feels the shape of it now, not one bribe, but a choreography of gratitude enforced by access. The governor steps in front of flag-draped backdrops, promises an outside ethics audit handpicked by his counsel. Hale circulates talking points. Elise is disgruntled, Maya ratings hungry. Bluestone CEO issues a sorrowful statement about untruths. Sandoval summons Ethan. He arrives pale, carrying a go-bag. He flips. They used the charity to launder favors. He signs a proffer, names dates, shows text messages from Renee. HP shows love when Bluestone delivers. The room goes still. Hale scrambles to lock down staff phones, but Sandoval's warrants already cover backups. Forensic teams reconstruct the waiver PDF, created on a late-night admin machine, printed at 12:41 a.m., rescanned at 12:45. The signature block was copied from a 5-year-old HR file. Elise sits beside Sandoval, equal parts fear and resolve. "We move now?" Elise asks. "Almost," Sandoval replies. "We let them lie once more, publicly. Truth needs the shape of their final denial." An emergency legislative hearing fills with cameras, murmurs, and watchful eyes. The governor opens with practiced sorrow. "We did everything by the book." Hale nods along, jaw clenched. A committee member asks about Heartland Pathways consultancy payments. The governor describes outreach and public trust. Elise, permitted a statement, says, "Public trust begins with real signatures, real reviews." Across the aisle, Ethan stares at the table, whispering something only his lawyer hears. Sandoval requests to present supplemental documentation. She plays a clip from the shadow recordings, Hale escorting Ethan at 12:37 a.m., the copier's light bar flashing like a lighthouse. The governor's face drains. Then she drops the ledgers, HP payouts aligned with bid milestones, and Renee's text, HP shows love when Bluestone delivers. The chamber buzzes, chaos within decorum. Hale says, "This is taken out of context," voice suddenly small. But hidden in plain sight was the truth no one wanted to see. Maya's team, permitted to film, projects the PDF metadata, forged signature, altered timestamps. Elise reads the dead deputy's obituary date, weeks before the approval. Sandoval asks the governor, "Did you know your sister served as Heartland's de facto treasurer?" He hesitates. Hale interjects, "Irrelevant." The chair gavels, "Answer." The governor admits familiarity, denies benefit. Maya rolls the condo deed screen. Renee's mortgage cleared 2 days after Bluestone's first milestone payout. Breath catches everywhere. Ethan, voice wrecked, reads his texts, midnight. Bring waiver. Renee is anxious. Will do. He points to Hale. He said the camera would be view only. Noah Briggs testifies. He received the order from Hale's office to disable recording. The architecture of favor is now visible, scaffolder by charity paperwork, braced with forged oversight, riveted with midnight visits. Elise steadies her hands. The chair asks Sandoval for her recommendation. Criminal referral, she says simply. The governor's council requests a recess. Denied. Hale wipes sweat, looks to the governor looks away. Sandoval's agents serve Hale with an arrest warrant for fraud, forgery, and obstruction. Elise exhales for the first time in weeks. The governor removes the microphone and whispers to his attorney. He steps back to the table, eyes glasses with realization, the favor can't be hidden anymore. And in that instant, the room fell silent, every eye turning to the truth. Governor Whitford announces his resignation effective immediately to allow the state to heal. He admits errors of judgment, denies personal enrichment, but cites family connections as regrettable. The committee forwards criminal referrals for Renee Whitford and Bluestone's lobbyist network. A special master freezes Heartland Pathways accounts. Elise's suspension is lifted, her record cleared. She walks outside into cool air, sirens muted by distance, the Capitol dome catching late light like a polished oath. Maya airs governor's hidden favor, careful and relentless. Donations flow toward real bridge memorial funds, not shells. Noah gets a commendation for refusing to fake logs. Ethan pleads guilty, cooperates, and testifies about basket favors. Elise returns to procurement under Sandoval's independent monitor. Staff who whispered now nod respectfully. She visits the collapsed bridges overlook, leaving wildflowers. Not for politics, for people who waited and deserved the truth delivered faster than favors. Weeks later, workers set true steel over the river. Sparks fan like small constellations as the welders bend night toward morning. Elise watches from the bank, boots in gravel, a folder under her arm labeled simply, due process. The lesson is clear. Public service rots when charity becomes currency, but one plain record, kept honestly, can turn a state. If stories like this resonate with you, subscribe now. Because here, every story uncovers truth, delivers justice, and leaves a lesson worth remembering.